Welcome back to Fox Soul's Black Report. Now to the latest of the COVID-19 pandemic. Effective today, there's a new health order in Los Angeles County requiring masks to be worn on all public transits. Now that includes airports, buses, trains, taxis, and ride-sharing services. Public health officials say the order is based on the U.S. Centers for Disease Control Prevention's opinion that mask wearing on transit remains an essential step in preventing the spread of COVID-19. The change comes as the Omicron variant BA2 continues to dominate new cases.
The number of deaths among the homeless has been soaring in recent years, but according to a new study, COVID is not listed as a primary cause of death. California is home to the largest percentage of homeless Americans, and it found that twice as many homeless people died between March 2020 and 2021. The leading cause of death, drug overdose. The number of deaths reported among the homeless is also on the rise in cities like Indianapolis, Nashville, Salt Lake City, and Austin, Texas.
Road rage incidents are on the rise, and it turns out you're more likely to have it if you have kids. 53% of people with kids under 18 have had road rage, compared to 46% of people without kids. And even for people with kids it's over 18, it's still at 49%. Now, those numbers are according to a new study that also found 1/4 of Americans have yelled at another driver in the past 2 years, and 12% cut someone off intentionally. The top 5 road rage activities are, you might want to screenshot this, soulmates. First, shouting or laying on the horn. Now, that's giving the finger or other threatening gestures, tailgating, cutting off or blocking someone from merging, and finally, chasing another driver.
A popular weight loss trend may not be as helpful as people think. A new study published in the New England Journal of Medicine finds that intermittent fasting does not have more benefits than normal calorie restriction. The study took into account 2 adult groups in China and put them on diets. Half of the group, they put on a time restriction for eating. Results found that those intermittent fasting, that group showed no greater weight loss than those who were just on a regular diet.
According to a new study, 6 out of 10 single people say they are looking to date up in their search for a new romantic interest. That means dating someone you perceive to be out of your league or doing relatively well in life, and their success can help you improve your own lifestyles. 2/3 say it's important their friends and family are impressed by the person they're dating. So is dating up a bad thing, or is it just kind of human nature? I know when I was growing up, my uncle would say, young whippersnapper. I wasn't trying to date up, I was trying to come up back in my days. But that's a whole different situation. But I think it's important that you do that because you want someone that's going to make sure you step your game up, right? I want to be able to say, like, you know, I make moves by myself, but with you, my moves are so much better.
Oh, my gosh.
We're better together. No?
Was that a rap lyric?
Well, kind of, but I made it my own, though.
Okay, you put your own little spin on it.
Had to do it.
No, I think I agree. I think that, you know, you should definitely, I don't know if I like the term date up, but I do think that you should be with someone who makes you better. So if that means dating up, you know, that means that someone can add to your lifestyle and help you, you know, you both succeed, then I'm all for it.
Absolutely. I think that was perfectly eloquent.
Thank you.
Stated, Mimi. All right, so when you find that special someone that we're talking about here, good luck in finding a home. So mortgage interest rates are now the highest that they've ever been in more than a decade. A 30-year fixed rate mortgage is now averaging 5.1%. Now, this time last year, the average interest rate for a home loan was just shy of 3%. Now, spring is a busy time for home sales, but limited inventory and rising interest rates are causing a slowdown in home sales. And soulmates coming up, Wells Fargo Bank is rejecting new claims of racism after a white judge replaced a black judge in a case of discrimination against black homeowners. And Verizon Wireless, they're increasing their minimum wage, but which employees will have access to the new pay increase? That's next on Fox Soul's Black Report.
Welcome back to Fox Soul's Black Report, your daily source of black news, black views, and black opinions. Here's a look at your headlines. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge says companies will be punished if they involve in racist and bias when it comes to home appraisals. Since the Biden administration has taken over, HUD has been leading the charge in cracking down on systemic racism in housing. And sentencing is set for August 1st for 3 men convicted of federal hate crimes for their roles in killing Ahmaud Arbery. The McMichaels and Bryan are already serving sentences for murder convictions in state courts. And a new congressional map in Florida will severely hurt black voting power in the state. The new plan also eliminates 2 of the 4 districts where black voters have been able to elect candidates of their choice. And the mayor of Birmingham, he's pardoning anyone in his city that's been convicted of a misdemeanor marijuana possession in the last 8 months. He made the announcement on 4/20, which is the unofficial holiday for weed smokers. Jay-Z and Yo Gotti's efforts to bring attention to poor conditions at a Mississippi prison, they are working. The Department of Justice is now investigating Parchment Prison for violating a number of prisoners' constitutional rights. And a black Georgia mother is still looking for justice almost 2 years after her daughter was killed by a white woman who was driving under the influence when she hit the teen on a bike. Now, after media attention, the local county prosecutor there says he may file misdemeanor charges against the woman. And Syracuse police releasing body cam footage they say shows a more rounded view of what happened when cops detained an 8-year-old black boy for allegedly stealing a bag of potato chips. Cops say they never arrested the child and took him home to his parents, but the video still is hard to watch and shows the child being roughed up. Now, effective today, there are new health guidelines in order for Los Angeles County. They require masks to be worn on public transit. That includes airports, buses, trains, taxis, and ride-sharing services. And a popular weight loss trend may not be helpful as people think. A new study found that intermittent fasting does not have more benefits than normal calorie restriction. And according to a new study, 6 out of 10 single people say they are looking to date up in the new research for a romantic interest. They say it's important their friends and family are impressed with the person they're dating. To get the full scoop, download the Foxo app. You can watch us there every day and on any of your favorite streaming platforms, Apple TV, YouTube, Roku, and many more. What's next, Romeo?
Mimi, I will let you know. Wells Fargo is facing new allegations of racism after objecting to a black female judge who is presiding over a class action discrimination case against the bank. Earlier this week, the bank filed an objection to Judge Candace Westmore, the only black female judge for the Northern District of California. The case has now been reassigned to a white judge. Its case stems from class action lawsuit filed by Aaron Braxton in 2020. Braxton alleges Wells Fargo systematically discriminated against black homeowners in its evaluation of refinancing applications. A Bloomberg News investigation backs up the claim, finding that the bank approved black homeowners seeking to refinance mortgages during the pandemic at a much lower rate than white homeowners. It's not only time Wells Fargo has been accused of racist practices. In 2012, the Justice Department ordered the bank to pay more than $180 million to settle claims it steered black and Latino homeowners into subprime mortgages. And in 2020, they were also ordered to repay $3 billion after investigation revealed they opened credit card and bank accounts for mostly black customers without their permission.
Meanwhile, New York Mayor Eric Adams, he is announcing that the city will no longer work with Wells Fargo because of its pattern of discrimination. In a joint letter to the Wells Fargo, CEO Adams and the New York comptroller, it cited the bank's checkered history of mortgage business going back to the 2008 housing crisis. Now, Adams isn't the only politician targeting the bank. Senator Elizabeth Warren and Senator Ron Wyden were demanding answers on Wells Fargo's discriminatory mortgage refinancing practices towards black homeowners.
And CNN is shutting down its new streaming service just 3 weeks after it launched. Staffers received the memo yesterday from the CEO. The service will end on April 30th. The chief digital officer will also step down. The service has roughly 150,000 subscribers. Its future was in doubt as new corporate parent Warner Brothers Discovery was looking to cut costs and reorganize the company.
Since the premiere of the HBO series Winning Time, several former Los Angeles Lakers have shared their disapproval of the way they're portrayed. Now, NBA icon and Lakers legend Jerry West is the latest to come forward. The NBA player turned general manager is demanding a retraction and an apology for what he called a baseless and malicious assault on his character. West's lawyers allege that Winning Time falsely and cruelly portrays him as an out-of-control, intoxicated rageaholic, which has no resemblance of who he really is. Now, West is not not the only former Laker who objects to Winning Time's revisionist history. Magic Johnson, who played his entire Hall of Fame career with the Lakers, says the show has little merit because the creators did not get input from the people who were there. Winning Time premiered on HBO on March 6th, and its season finale will air on May 8th. It is already renewed for a second season.